Hi guys, my name is Lelasophia. I am an artist and fine jewelry designer. If you like contemporary fine jewelry, if you like luxury handbags, all things interiors, then I have some fun videos for you. Today, you guys, I'm really excited about this video. I'm gonna be going over the brands that I've never ever purchased a bag or any pieces from and what I would love to purchase. If you guys are new here, thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to see you in all of my future videos. Make sure that you like this video, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram at lelasophia jewelry. I put out videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, and so I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Let's jump right in. One of the brands that I talk about kind of all the time that I've never purchased from is Prada. I know, kind of shocker. Most of these are kind of gonna be shockers to a lot of you, because some of them are like in the top big, especially top 10, top 5, maybe even top 3. Prada is one of those brands that I think like nothing has just ever jumped out at me enough to buy. However, this was like a year-ish ago, even this last Christmas, especially during the holidays when those like gorgeous, buttery, sparkly Clio bags were coming out, I was like, that gold one, I would buy that. In fact, I think like that would be so cool. I think Prada is one of those brands that is, obviously they're this heritage powerhouse of a brand, but I also think it's really cool because they really keep their heritage. They experiment, you know, they're doing some very interesting kind of like the cartoonification trend or the puffer trend. They definitely participate in trends, but I also think that when they did their nylon re-edition, they were like, yep, here it is. What we need to do is dig into our own archives, and the sparkly Clio is such a cool kind of nod to their vintage styles and yet such a cool revamp. I absolutely love it, and this would be a bag that I would totally love to add. And let's go ahead and keep it in the family, shall we? With Mew Mew. Definitely have never purchased anything from Mew Mew ever. However, I have had the absolute pleasure of feeling some of the Mew Mew leathers. Like, it kind of seems so buttery, so yummy, and I've talked about this before, but the, however you say it, Metalise Wander bag, I love that bag. One and only reason why I have not added it to my collection, and why I probably won't, but I still really like it, is because I have the original Bottega shoulder pouch, which is highly underrated, and I love so much. It's really the same shape. You guys know I try to keep everything super edited. I might have exceptions here and there, but I have yet to buy 2 bags that are like pretty much the same exact kind of thing, same size. And these 2 shapes especially are so reminiscent of each other. However, obviously that like iconic Mew Mew leather patterning, that would be such a cool thing to add to my collection. I also really like the multi-pocket bag. I've talked about this bag also in that like aged brown. I think it's really cool. It's obviously having a very trendy moment right now, but both of these bags, like Mew Mew does such a good job of really like setting trends, but then also making very well-made, long-lasting pieces. And let's go ahead and give Dolce Gabbana a little moment, okay? I said this before because I'm like, I think I was maybe perhaps hyper conscious of like scandals and whatnot, and the brands that I buy from I think have had no or little to no scandal history. And so I definitely hesitated, but one of my amazing followers was like, you know what? You can also reconcile, brands have done a lot. Dolce & Gabbana is one of those brands that I really have to give it to. I've always maybe had a soft spot for the Sicily top handle bag. We also know I'm in my top handle era. My Celine 16, my Kelly, those bags, I kind of have to stop myself from wearing. I love them so much. And the Sicily bag, like the new ones, I have to just say, you guys already know me, okay? I love me. I love me some Kardashians. I love Kim Kardashian. And, you know, again, I always say this, love her or hate her. The Sicily bags that she helped creative direct or had a little hand in designing or whatnot, those bags, those tones, like they're so me. We just have to admit it. That really beautiful nude, I love those. However, what I would probably do, because it's me, like the Sicily bags are so well priced, especially on Vestiaire, There's been a couple on my wish list. I don't know, this could totally be an addition at some point. And from Ferragamo, who's been killing it, Maximilian Davis, like, could not have been a better choice for this brand. He's gonna just like keep them rising. Oh my gosh, he's so amazing. And the geometric shoulder bag in this brown color, I saw it in person. It's so gorgeous. It's like, again, we always say this, right? Like, how do you think of something like, it's so simple, yet those little kind of differentiations, those little design details that feel so fresh, feel so new, feel so Ferragamo. I don't know how people do that. It's really quite amazing, and this bag is such a good example of that. I also really do love the Wanda bag. Now that I've kind of gone back into the archives and found the reference of that, Ferragamo's wife was named Wanda, who then I believe took over the company after he passed away, and so it's kind of fun. We love a story behind things. It really does give that element of personalization. And so the Wanda bag has such a cool history. Vintage references are also really cool, which, by the way, there are some floating around there on the pre-loved market. I actually love the bigger size. Of course, let's like collectively say together, in the nude. I love that shade. I saw it in person. The leather is so interesting. It's like it doesn't even feel like leather. It's very hardy. I'm sure it would be impossible or nearly impossible to damage that bag, but this would be such a cool, like, kind of twist on a briefcase type work bag. It's so beautiful. And from a brand that I never expected to talk about, because clearly I'm just not as much of a Versace kind of girl, but I do have one bag, maybe two. From the Fendace collection, Versace's like really cool take on the Fendi First bag and on the Fendi Baguette bag, which I know is leaning so Fendi. You guys know I had a Fendi original baguette. I mean, it's just like, those are really beautiful. And there are some on the pre-loved market. I've found maybe one or two on the Real and on Vestiaire. I don't know, I think they did an amazing job. And whereas those are Fendi bag styles, I love the Versace print and kind of patterning that they put on it. Because I'm just being totally honest, I'm adding them to this list on a like little bonus, because I don't think there's any bags as of right now from Versace that I'd want to add, but these two collabs I could totally add. Just two more for you guys, and this is shocking because I've never once in my life purchased a Dior bag. Yes, there were some vintage double saddle ostrich bags floating around on my list. We're gonna wait a few years for those prices to go back down to normal a little bit. And you know, I do have to admit, I for a while was maybe not a Lady Dior bag kind of gal. I do love it, and I've said already, I love it in this like sage green color. Lady Dior bags I've been looking at more. I do have to admit, especially since I've been loving my top handle bags so much, so this one could be, you know, teetering on a list. But the bag that got me, even just considering a Dior bag, is the D-Light bag. I love these because there is just something about that gorgeous Dior motif that I think is so inherently beautiful. It's such a nod, like my mother's style and my aunt's style and my grandparents' styles. Like their homes were much more traditional. My aunt leans like very French traditional. My mother is like country traditional. So I grew up with so many kind of like beautiful floral motifs. And this would be such a cool version of having it like in a bag. It almost looks like a really beautiful tapestry. I know that everybody loved the book tote for that, and so rightfully so, this is kind of a really cool take on that. And lastly, to a bag that I genuinely now fully have on my wish list, from Saint Laurent, because again, I have yet to buy a Saint Laurent bag, a YSL bag. There is a suede, small, not extra small or medium, not small, tube bag from Saint Laurent. It looks to be kind of newer. I think the tube bag came out a little while ago, but the suede version, like I would absolutely wear that. It's obviously a nod to my love for the papillons, and I've like re-sparked that with my new mini papillon bag. Like, oh my gosh. It looks like it has a really nice shoulder strap, but it just seems like so functional. I'm telling you guys, tube bags, bowler bags, any of those kind of like circular, spherical, cylindrical shape, there we go. Cylindrical shaped bags are like Mary Poppins bags. Truly, they can be, my mini papillon is this big. It fits all of my daily essentials that a lot of my other bags that seem bigger actually don't fit. So anytime you're getting a cylindrical bag, you're actually getting so much shape because there's not much structure to it. And so keeping that in mind, I love the suede. I love the kind of alternating metal to leather to metal detail on the chain. It's kind of killing it, and I think it's a really cool juxtaposition to Saint Laurent's normal bags. I actually do really like the Lulu, the puffer Lulu. I love those bags. I didn't have a problem with the I Care bag, especially in white. I think it's pretty gorgeous. I've never hated on Saint Laurent bags. I just was waiting for the right one, and this is the right one. That has been my bags of brands that I've never once purchased that might be making their way onto some little wish lists here and there. I can't wait to hear what brands you guys have never purchased from and what you would purchase. Sound off below in the comments, and as always, I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.